Hello, everybody.
Hey, how's it going?
Or it's just you. Hello.
Yep, just me for right now. How's it going?
Can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can no longer hear you. Still there? Huh. Testing? All right, let me try this again. Hey, can you
I
guys
couldn't
hear
hear
me?
Eric earlier.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear me?
There he is.
Are we doing video cameras today?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think we have to.
I am shirtless, so unless you want to see me shirtless.
Oh, the internet wants to see shirtless Leo, I guess.
Well, it is a live stream, so for all the ladies out there.
It is a live stream. Interesting. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I'm still.
I should put a shirt on then.
Well, I'm only going to be capturing the.
Eric, are we
20.
doing this live video?
No, can you hear me?
Eric's thing does not work.
I couldn't hear him earlier. He messaged me and said, "I'm guessing you can't hear me," so he's probably trying to fix it as we speak.
Yeah, he's still down there. He shows up on the thing, but
Well, this is a pain in the ass. All right, so I'm starting to record now. We are broadcasting to the YouTube.
Hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier, and
No.
welcome to Getting Over It.
That's the problem with having too many windows open.
The YouTubes.
All YouTubes. So how are you guys doing? It's been a while since we got together and did this. So hopefully we're not all too rusty at this.
We're probably very rusty.
Yeah, that's fine. I put a big old list of yeah, that's fine. I put a big old list of like frequently asked questions up. So if you guys wanted to check that out, that's what I'm going to be using to kind of make sure that we stay on track.
We have 3 chats going. Which one?
It's not in chat. It's in Google.
Oh, okay.
So let me find that. And this will give us a couple extra minutes to let Ian show up. Let's see, player resources I think is where it's at. Kingdom building cliff notes. And I'm putting it up in the Facebook chat. All those notification sounds.
Yeah.
All right, so I think I'm probably good to maximize this. All right, and full screen this shit. All right, so I guess we'll get into it. How are you guys doing tonight?
Good.
Fantastic.
No immediate concerns.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Let me just real quick check and make sure that I'm seeing what I want to be seeing. Yep. Cool. All right. I think the stream health is good too because I'm not trying to use any graphics processing. So, yeah, this is our first week back in a while. Just to kind of refamiliarize you with where you are, I think you're just a couple months in to your rule of your kingdom, which I think you guys named the Green Star Empire. Was that the case? Yep. All right.
Okay. Well.
Or Green Star Kingdom. Kingdom sounds a little bit more friendly than Empire, right?
The Green Star Tyranny.
Yes, because you're chaotic evil. Actually, I guess that'd be lawful evil, yeah. But yeah, currently, I was looking over pretty much the what had been done so far, and we really haven't scratched the surface at all. Really.
Only like 3 months have passed, right?
Yeah. But you've got you've only claimed 4 hexes, and your capital only, I think, contains like 4 or 5 buildings. Oh, 6.
Well, I don't think we can build a building. Only 1 building a month, right? So
1 building and 1 house. For right now.
Oh, I see. Assuming we haven't built the house then?
No, there are a couple houses that got built, but it wasn't 1 every week. Or 1 every month, I mean. So I guess the first question is, while we're waiting for Ian, is there anything that you guys want to take care of?
Like, what do you mean?
I don't know. Whatever.
I don't know. I think so. So we defeated the fungus folk, right?
Yeah. I think that's where we left off. The fungal goblins were all slain, and that's pretty much exactly where it ended because we were running over.
At this point, I don't think we have anything pressing besides continuing to handle the lands, unless there's any projects or things. And I'm thinking because of the game, so I'm thinking projects. But
I diligently keep abreast of what rumors and things my network is coming back with.
Yeah, so word from your network is that there are small pockets of bandit activity that still exists. They're keeping small, like 3 or 4 people. They're targeting isolated, small, underdefended caravans and single travelers. So they can relatively remain mobile and harder for you guys to track down. And that's pretty much been it. They haven't been really active, but it's enough that it is kind of a concern among your council.
we have not recruited. We have not recruited anybody else to the council, have we? It's just us.
No, yeah, you've got a pretty full leadership crew. Keston is the general. He doesn't really have a whole lot to do right now. He's just kind of sitting around trying to figure things out for the time being. Not.
But,
really.
I mean, we recruited all the NPCs we know. There hasn't been anybody besides what's that dude's name? The alchemist is the only one that is not really interested.
Oh yeah, no, there are lots of. Let's see. Yeah, you guys didn't recruit the alchemist. You didn't recruit Smig. You didn't recruit Oleg's wife.
That's right. We haven't.
I think that's about it.
I don't really have a position for Solana that I can think of.
Yeah, there are probably some positions that she'd be good in, but for the most part, it's pretty much you've got all your positions full.
Yeah.
Let's see. I can give you kind of a rundown of where all your fellow rulers stand and what they want. Would that work for you guys? Give you kind of like something to springboard off of?
Yes, our fellow rulers.
All right, so who do you want to speak with first? There's Keston the General, Fee the Grand Diplomat, Jod the High Priest, Victor the Magister, Karnak is the Royal Assassin, Dolbo is the Spy Master, Oleg is the Treasurer, and Akiros is the Warden.
Let's talk to Akiros and see how he feels.
All right.
Sorry about that.
So Akiros has been keeping busy trying to track down the other bandits. They seem to like the area enough that they feel like they want to stay, apparently. And he comes to you in his typical surly demeanor and says, well, the problem is we only really have one culture hub, right? So we don't really have any outward positions to stage attacks from. So they kind of just know Real quick,
It kind of just
Todd, did your Chrome crash or did? Oh wait, since he said Chrome crashed, he's probably on. Not on the group.
Oh, he posted on chat. Looks like Chrome crash. Okay, so my Chrome is still up.
Yeah. Technical difficulties abound.
And we are live, right?
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
What is the YouTube link?
I posted it on my Facebook page.
Got it. All right. So I think I want to. So Akeros, is there any way have we attempted to perhaps recruit some of these bandits and tell them? I think a decree is in order. I want to talk to the others first. Is there any way we can institute some decree that says if you were a former bandit, you are and you want to not be hunted down and killed, let's recruit you. If you're willing to do honest work, we can recruit you to do, manual labor at first, and possibly eventually become part of the militia. And from there, you have a future as opposed to just being dead bandits. That's something I would like to institute. I would like to talk to Akro, see what he thinks about it.
All right. So Akaros just kind of sighs and says, "Yeah, we need to create outposts to start doing that." But
okay.
I think for this part, or sorry, for this moment, what I really want to do is I want to make sure that this town is secure. If we start spreading our resources too thin too soon, it's just going to be a mess.
So I think that, so you're saying then that no outposts yet because we don't have the resources. But if we fortify our own location, we can eventually move out. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
So I think, yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say that is the long and short of it. Yes.
So I'm absolutely okay with that. What do you need?
A watchtower would probably be a good start.
Got it. Watchtower.
You guys hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Welcome back.
Sorry about that.
The hell, man.
I blame Google.
Yeah, they are the worst.
I had to switch to Safari.
Oh, wow. Solid.
Okay. So more or less you just heard from Akeros say that right now he wants to eventually start sending out parties to get the bandits, and Leo was saying that he felt like some sort of decree needed to be made. But for right now, Akeros is just saying we need to keep our defenses in order. So probably the best thing to do would be to erect a watchtower as just a start.
But he's worried about our basically where we're at right now. He wants us to expand, into outposts, but he's talking about protecting us internally first, and I think that's not a bad move forward. First step, anyways, if we can afford it.
Yeah, I'm also going to say that because I never really figured out what promotion level is, I'm going to say you're going to have to be beyond token in order to try and actively recruit bandits or former bandits. So you're going to have to bump that up if you want to put out the word that, look, seriously, this isn't a trick.
Yeah, we're really doing this.
This is legitimate. So yeah, that's where you stand right now.
Sorry, go ahead.
I guess we could probably go ahead and skip over to the next month.
So who else can we talk to?
Yeah, that's right. So there was Akeros, Oleg, Karnak.
There they are. All right, yeah, let's talk to Oleg then and see how he's doing and what does he need. Unless Adobo, you have anybody specific you want to talk to? Up again. Ari curses. Hey, I'm the king, I guess.
Yeah. You get to be the only voice in the chorus right now. So you're speaking to Oleg.
Oleg. Yep.
And you find him in the room that he's been kind of going over all the expenses that need to be made, and he looks a little bit flustered. It's obvious that he's kind of out of his element here. He's used to much smaller scale finances, but he's doing a pretty good job, all things considered. And he looks up at you when you enter and says, "Oh, hello. How can I help you today?"
Oleg, how's everything with you? Is there anything you need? How else can we make you more, I guess, happier?
Well, there are a couple things. One, getting a more steady stream of commerce would be great. One thing I've been thinking about is that trading post would make an excellent midway point between Restov and Stag's Rest. Was it Stag's Rest that you guys named the
capital?
The capital, yeah.
Yeah, yes, Stag's Rest.
I feel like that would be good to do that and have a road leading between this city and the trading post. Ultimately, we're going to need to be more financially independent, so we're going to need something like a bank or a mint. But for right now, I think that is I think that would be the thing that I would recommend the most. If not build up the trading post, then at least get a road leading there.
Yeah. So, what's the status of the trading post? Like, out of character, like, is it dead or?
No, it's still there. Right now, let's say Smig is running it, unless there's someone in particular that you want to run it. It is currently an independent shop that's kind of like outside of the bounds of your kingdom. Looks like Ian logged on to Roll20.
Okay, so he'll come up shortly.
He's also here.
Was that Ian that said that?
Yeah, I'm kind of here.
Hey, Todd, were you there too?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, you just kind of cut out. We didn't hear you for a while.
No. I probably forgot to unpress my mute button.
Oh, yeah. I was talking to you earlier, and we thought you weren't here.
All right. So, yeah, that was his recommendation is get a route between the capital and the trading post, and preferably build up the trading post so that it could be more useful in bringing in commerce. All right. Do you want to talk to anyone else?
Let me see the list here. Make sure I got it. Fee.
The
flea.
The little halfling bard.
Let's talk to Fee about what's going on, what he knows about the other kingdoms around us. What's going on with them, if he knows anything.
All right. So you find him in his office. He is hanging upside down from his legs, backwards over his desk, playing his lute upside down. And when he sees you enter, he tumbles forward, does a forward flip, lands on his feet, bows deeply, says, God, I'm trying to remember the accent I used for him. We'll just say he's Irish because all halflings are Irish. Hello, everyone. How can I help you today?
Oh, Fee, what have you heard of the surrounding lands, if anything?
Well, I can tell you this. They're all really bored. Not a single person is really having a good time here. And that's a big disappointment for a lot of people. You see, when they come here, they expect they're going to have a new life, and there's going to be all sorts of things waiting for them. And right now, the only thing that we have is an inn, and the inn is fine, But we certainly could use more. I wouldn't mind a dance hall, if you know what I mean. And I would like
AKA
some...
brothel.
Yeah, it's that. I wouldn't mind something a little better in the way of accommodations for us. Because I assume that you guys have all just kind of been living out of this one of the houses segments that you built.
I believe is what we said.
No, well, the tent is where you met initially before you started building things.
Oh, okay.
But now there are houses
Right.
that have been erected, and I imagine that you guys are kind of using those as your basis of operation, but it's nothing very glamorous.
Yeah.
It's no tenement, but it's also... I mean, you guys are rulers. The kind of the way Fee says it is like, you know, what's the point of being a ruler and having all this power and wealth and responsibility if you can't sleep in this gigantic bed that is far too big for you, you know, and have the softest pillows.
We plan to build a castle.
Yeah, well, that's just all I'm saying. A recommendation from me to you.
So you want so your recommendation is to build a castle, is to use whatever we have now to build a castle.
No. I feel like that would be probably a little irresponsible. I wouldn't want to suggest we forego discretion in the face of...
But a dance hall.
Yeah, the dance hall would be my recommendation for right now.
And we do have a tavern, right? Or we don't?
No tavern.
Okay, so with that, what about do you recommend the tavern over the dance, or is it the same thing?
I think it's different.
But I mean, even if we get a dance hall, should we still? Do you think that we need something more to show how we are living, like a noble villa or something like that?
Oh yeah.
Or
definitely.
do you think a dance hall will be fine?
Dance hall's fine for now, but we definitely want to let everyone know that we are the rulers of the area, so that, you know, no one can make any claims.
Red Star Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
So that would be my recommendation. He flourishes a little bit with his loot.
All right, thank you for your recommendation. Then
He bows foppishly.
obviously.
So I have a question. This
Yes.
is out of character.
Yes.
A lot of the stuff I've been reading online recommends like selling your high grade magical items. So that's why everybody says build a magic item shop. But you've said that the item belongs to the person. How is like everybody else?
Well, so there are a couple things that magic item shops do. First of all, it increases the value of your city. And the value of your city indicates how much... let's see, what is it? Yeah, there's a base item value of 1,500 GP right now. And that's coming, I think, mostly from the alchemists and the smithy. So, let's see. I wrote a note about it. Army and defense. Oh yeah, so the other thing is that I want to say that you have to have certain buildings to do certain things. So if you want to sell magic items, like you want to sell your magic items, then you'd have to have a shop with which to sell them through. Otherwise, you'd have to trek all the way up to Restov, because that's where the market's going to be.
That's what I wanted to ask just now. You brought up a good point about magical items and the selling of them. So, in other words, we have to have our own shop, like a building that we built specifically for our own purposes, or can we like get like a consignment going on with like the magic shops that we build in our settlements?
That's the way I'm seeing it. I think that the way to do it would be to say that the magic shop has an agreement with you, and you go there and use it as a marketplace to offload the magic items that you've created.
See,
and then that magic, I want to get one last thing clear real quick. Converting them to BP, because none of them are large items, none of them are worth more than 4,000 GP, we'll be able to then say, well, there's a magic shop here. We sold it through the magic shop, and that's how we got the BP going in. I mean, the way the book says it is that we're actually turning the magical items over to the city or the kingdom for their own uses. Like it's not that we resold this magic sword; it was given to the High Guard so that the High Guard had a magic sword.
Well, now there's something.
Like, either way, it works towards BP.
There is something that you can do where you can take BP from your coffers and purchase the magic items. Normally, you get the standard penalties for taking BP for your own personal use. But if you use the item in a way that doesn't directly benefit you or other PCs, like giving it to the captain of the guard, that sort of thing, then you don't get any of those penalties. You're just taking BP out. So I'm not a huge fan of the magic item rule set, but I understand it because, I mean, you're not enslaving the local alchemist and saying we're going to take all the money that you earn in addition to the taxes that we're already taxing you. So
yeah, no, the way I read it is basically it allows you to actually be able to produce magic items in your... You won't be able to say what they are unless you commission them to be, but there won't be any magic items if there's not a shop that makes magic items. And it's just like 2 and 2, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, absolutely. And then the other thing too is that the magic items can be, like I said, they can be given to NPCs who later on will end up being members of your armies. So it's another way to make that happen without really investing any of your time in it.
Okay, so here's what the forums say about magic item slots.
Okay.
It says if your town has a magic item slot that is vacant, then on your next upkeep phase, you generate a new minor magic item to fill that slot. You do this using the regular treasure generation random rules in the core rulebook. Then on your next income phase, you can roll an economy check to see if it sells, assuming your rulers want to sell it, of course. For a minor item, the DC check is 20. If the item sells in this fashion and the item is worth 4,000 GP or more, then their kingdom gains 2 BP. If it doesn't sell, then the item remains in the slot, taking up space. If it does sell, but the item is worth less than 4,000, they gain no BP. If the PCs are the one that buy the item, they gain no BP but can now use the item. PCs cannot sell the items they own via magic item slots. The magic item slots are abstractions of the magic item economy as a whole. So what that's saying is, like, unless you want to buy it as a ruler, it goes on the market, and that money, if it sells for an economy check, goes into your economy as a whole. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I think those are you sure those aren't house rules? Because what I'm seeing when I actually transcribed what happens with magic items from the Ultimate Campaigns book, basically during the upkeep phase, that's right, we randomly check to see if each slot is filled, and I think it's like 1 slot per settlement. The item's base price can't exceed the base value of the settlement, and that's where the 1,500 GP thing I came up with earlier was. And that's because Alchemist and Inn and I think Smithy might have all contributed to that value. So once these slots are filled, There are 3 ways to purge an item from its slot. 1, you can purchase it with your own GP, and it's your property at that point. The other one is you can manipulate your kingdom's income to encourage an NPC to purchase it. So for every such check after the first one in a turn, your economy decreases by 1 because you're manipulating the economy in such a way that isn't natural, really. So you start to see hits after that. If the check fails, nothing happens. If the check succeeds, erase the item. You do not gain any GP or BP for this sale since the money goes to the item's owner. Now, again, this is an abstract because eventually that owner is going to be paying you taxes, but the idea is that they made the item, they get to sell it.
Well, so you're not selling it for the item's worth itself, but on the income phase. So if you make an economy check, is there anything on the income phase saying that you can make an economy check to sell a magic item?
No, that's what I was just saying. So you manipulate the economy to sell the item. The third way is that you can spend BP to purchase it yourself. Those are the 3 ways to do something with a magic item slot.
So basically, if we don't manipulate the economy, we don't make the taxes off of it, right? The owner sells it, and that's all good.
You at no point really make money off of a magic item from a magic item slot.
So that's but correct me if I'm wrong. If it's worth 4,000 gold pieces or more, we can make that economy check, right?
The rules say nothing about that.
Even under the income phase. Let me just pull
I'll
those
double
up.
check because I see during the income phase you can make withdrawals, you can make deposits. So for every 4,000 GP deposited, you increase the BP by 1. You can sell expensive magic items for BP, and it says see step 3, and that was what I was just reading off. Emptying slots.
Yeah.
Can I just suggest something real quick? Because of the fact that the magical item shop seems to be kind of a contentious thing at this point, let's just we already have one, right? We have one simple one, right?
Yeah, alchemist shop.
Okay, all right. Let's leave it at that for now, and then we can revisit it after we've all had time to, maybe research it and consult guides or whatnot.
It really doesn't make a difference until we reach 4,000 GP or 4,000, the 4,000 worth, right?
Yes, exactly.
But the point of contention is when we do reach that point, I mean, it seems to me that we need something that represents us making money off of that. Well, otherwise, why would they have magic item slots for a town? It would just be like, hey, put your shop up here, and we don't care what you do with it.
It's because of the fact that the primary means, other than adventuring or going to other towns to buy magic items from other towns, to get magic items from your town, you not only have to have the money yourself to pay for those items because you're buying them from a vendor, but also have those vendors.
Yeah, you have to have a market for it.
You any special benefit to when you approach the vendor. And that's why I'm saying right now, because we don't need a lot of magical items. We need potions. That's why we have an alchemist shop. Boom. Bada bing. We'll move on and just kind of, if it feels like we're not getting enough potions out of one, we'll create other things to create more potions somehow. Or one of us will pick up a craft skill so that we're just creating potions all over the place.
And my whole point about you need to have a market is that if you don't have a place to sell your magical items, then anytime you want to try and sell your expensive items, you're going to have to go all the way up to Restov. And that's several days ride. So
I see.
I wanted to make there be some sort of reason to have some of these shops besides just increasing the base value. But ultimately,
the function of the shop, basically.
Yeah.
That's the reason to have a shop, is the function that shop does.
Yeah.
All the base value, as you said, all the things that are in the book, that's just so the system works. The real reason is the same reason you would want to have one of those shops in the real world, basically.
Yeah. Options for your people.
Right. I mean, it's like if we had a foundry, it would be because of the fact that we were moving a bunch of ore, and it just made sense to have a foundry. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
Todd, was the idea to try to make money? Is that what you're looking for? Make
Yeah,
I mean,
so who wants to think about? Personally, I don't want to be a magic item mule. I want to go out and adventure. I'd like it to run itself with a few decisions from us.
yeah.
Well, that's what it's doing. I mean, it's the same difference as if we collected a bunch of magical items. We can turn in stuff, 4,000 GP at a time and get BP off of it. But that's not really what the magic item shops are for. The magic item shops are really for the fact that you can get magic items from them and you can get rid of magic items through them.
And also,
does that make sense?
Yeah. And like I said, they also boost the value of your town. I mean, unless
Depending
you start.
On which one.
Well, I mean, so like a shop is 500.
Right.
Let's see what a magic shop is.
The shop doesn't even have magic items, though. It's literally
Correct.
just a precursor to one of those shows.
Yeah. Magic.
And there's a luxury item store is the next one, I think, right?
A magic shop boosts you by 2,000 GP. It gives you 4 wondrous item shops or slots, 2 medium wondrous item slots, 1 major wondrous item slot. But by that
that's
point,
a lot of slots.
Yeah, that's a 68 BP shop.
But see, we're not bringing enough income through adventuring in right now that would make sense. Like the dance hall makes sense. Maybe something like a noble villa makes sense.
Watchtower.
And we have
Watchtower makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Watchtower makes sense too, because there's whole areas that we want to keep an eye on. But Watchtower isn't for where we're at here. It's for like up there, right?
Well, for right now, you do want to have some sort of. You want to have an advanced warning, is what Akaros was saying earlier. Is that there's still bandits out there, so we want to make sure that we see them coming.
Can you have a watchtower in the same hex as a castle?
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah. I thought that was some sort of weird.
Yeah, it's just one.
Don't listen to me.
It's one lot. Yeah, no problem. But yeah, what I think I like Ian's idea of let's come back to magic item, because I think we're getting hung up on minutia here.
So I guess that what we're looking for is a way for the kingdom to make money without us having to be the mules. I agree with Todd.
Yeah.
What is the way for the kingdom to make money? Or if the only way is to make magic items, then yeah, that's something we do want to discuss, right?
Yeah, but really a lot of it's going to be from taxation, and that is an economy check. So anything that boosts your economy is going to make you more money. So like so let's go back to the magic item, for example. The magic item shop does boost it by 1. So if you're just looking at it from that point of view, then it's not the most lucrative.
Yeah, and you're right. I mean, you're right. In medieval society, it was probably the people that mattered more, right? You're taxing potentially the building of food.
Look at a guild hall.
Really low.
Guild hall, for example, gives you +2 economy, +2 loyalty, and it's half the price. So it's a much better investment, because you also got to think your average commoner doesn't have enough money for a +1 longsword. Your average commoner doesn't really even have enough money for a masterwork longsword.
Either.
Yeah, so they're just trying to make ends meet. Guildhall is going to be more useful and more productive on a day-to-day basis. Yeah. So that's one thing that I wanted us to keep in mind. But at the same time, I don't want to encourage anyone to not put a shop or a building somewhere because they feel like it doesn't add any mechanics. When would you want that in your kingdom if you were building it, And I think they end up paying for themselves a lot of times. Well, I don't know.
I think you drove home the important point, and that's that we need to stop thinking about the meta of the game.
Yeah, so hard.
Sorry to be out of a character.
No problem. It's definitely something I think we should talk about online.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just saying, hopefully, since this is more of a, this is an administrative session, so hopefully it's okay when I dip out of character
Yeah.
twice or 3 times. Okay.
All right. Did you guys want to talk to anyone else, or do we want to just go ahead and do another round of administration?
Talked to Fee, right? We talked to Oleg and.
What about Vincent? Have we talked to him? Because
Nope.
he was really smart. He
No,
was really smart. I remember Vincent being smart.
he is your magister. So hang on one second. I actually wrote stuff down for these people. What was it? Yeah, maybe I. Oh yeah. All right, cool. So when you come to Vincent, he is poring over some tome, and when you come to him, he says, "Look, I'm just worried about the prospect of our people being ill-educated bumpkins. Surely we could afford a library or something similar, just so that in some way we're educating ourselves and investing in a better future for the entire kingdom."
All right. Noted.
So just so you know, a library is 6 build points, gives you +1 economy, +1 loyalty, gives you +1 lore.
Library is really good. It's I thought we had one at the last place, and we were really happy about that for some reason. Like, is Dobo here with us right now? Let's see.
Dolbo?
Yeah, I'm here.
Dobo. Okay, yeah. What do you think, Dobo? I mean, the library. I mean, it seemed like something you were interested in before.
Yes, actually, a library would be a good idea. I do, however, feel that there are more pressing needs of security beyond education. And
Watchtower
that would be
library.
where I would my spies would concur with that as well.
Yeah, I think.
So he nods. Oh no, yeah, I
Okay.
completely agree.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a plan then.
They want to be Sparta first, Athens later.
That's a good way of putting it.
All right. So I think we've talked to enough people to make a decision, at least for this month.
The watchtowers we're looking at.
All right, so let's go ahead
What I heard.
Just to be sure, I do make sure that I go to anybody we missed and make sure they don't feel like their voice was missed. But I read their stuff on the sheet. So
Okay, good. Yeah, that's pretty much the long and short of it.
Luckily, your counselor has a high, so
So we decided
that's basically my job, making sure. Sorry.
it was the last week of the month, right? That we were doing the administration stuff.
Yeah, I think. No, I thought we said the last week of the month sounds right. Yeah.
All right. So several more weeks go by. You all spend your time being busy as can be, and let's go ahead and head down into it. All right. So phase 1 is the upkeep. So the first thing that we have to do is determine kingdom stability. So the stability check is your control DC, which is 24. If you fail, whoever wants to do it, it's a leadership. Oh, sorry, stability, which is plus 23 right now. So
we have to roll a 1 to pass.
Oh, one to fail. Literally anything else to succeed.
All right. Who's rolling that one?
I'll do it. D20 plus 23.
Yes.
Roll a 1.
Yeah, 1's always fail, 20's always succeed. All right, cool. So 28. If you fail, you don't. So doesn't matter. If you succeed, reduce unrest by 1. Your unrest, I believe, is at 0. Yep, which means since we can't reduce it lower than 1, we add 1 BP.
Yeah, that's what I thought. We got a BP.
That's what we're looking for every time, if possible. Like, if we don't incur any unrest, we keep it at 0, and then every time we run around and we actually... I'm sorry, didn't want to go on and on. I'll shut up.
Boring but dependable.
All right, so next you pay consumption. and your consumption currently is 0 because you've been building farms and fisheries like crazy. The next thing you do is fill your magic item slots. So there's 1 magic item slot. Let's see if it gets filled. So I need someone to roll a 1d100.
Got it.
All right. 51 to 100 means that an appropriate magic item becomes available in that slot.
Cool.
So let's
Good
see.
roll.
Magic. Let's see here. Let's say potion generator. And it's anything less than 1,500 GP. All right, so I need someone to roll a 1d100.
Ian.
Can I pick someone else?
Sure.
All right.
1d100?
Popcorn. Yep.
Yeah, I'll roll it. You don't want to roll, Ian?
I'm chilling by a fire. Like, I got my phone in my hand. I'll pull up the remote app right into my phone, right into my computer right now. But I got a really nice fire out here. And it's just,
No, I got it. 88.
All right.
I'll go ahead
88.
and get into that remote app now, just in case.
Cool. All right.
If you're chilling, don't worry about it. No big deal.
Let's see.
I figured it's administrative. It's not like
Yeah, it's admin stuff.
travel
Yeah.
or anything. Like I said,
That means-
I just treat this like a work call.
I feel you.
All
I'm
right.
good at this part of work. That's what bugs me.
So
what?
that is a second level.
This is the parts that everyone complains about. I'm real good at. Like somebody was complaining, I got like this guy has like 2,000 emails he needs deleted, and I'm like, okay, so at 50 a pop, that's about 8 minutes. What's your problem?
Yeah, it sounds easy as hell. Shit.
Yeah,
I'll make
an
it
8
last
minute
an hour.
problem
and
sounds
charge
pretty
an hour.
nice.
Yeah, just charge an hour for it. So like, all right, I'm gonna.
To like turn into like red, like dumbass.
All right. So I need a 1d96.
Dobo.
Yeah, that sounds like Dopo speed right there.
96 sounds like a cool number.
Yeah, no, that's a wizard number right
Actually, hang on a second. I take
Did
that
we
back.
lose Todd?
there. Oh,
I think we lost Todd.
I almost rolled it.
almost.
Yeah, no. That is correct. Yeah, 1d96.
Do it.
All right, 1d96.
96. Nice. 32.
All right. This is weird.
All right. Weirder than the 96?
Well, what is it? It's green.
It's a potion of dwarven female badassery.
Well, all right. It's a potion of companion lifelink. You can
Oh, shit.
You create a lifelink between yourself and the target. You sense whenever the target is wounded and are made immediately aware if the target is slain. If you are wounded or slain, the target is made aware. As a free action, you can call out to the target, causing it to return to you if willing and able. This ends the spell. So the target is one of your animal companions or your familiar.
And this is forever?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
duration.
no, it's stuck there until we buy it. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, duration is 3 minutes.
3 minutes. That's not long.
Nope. It's a very small potion.
So wait a minute. So you drink this, and for 3 minutes, you can call your companion back. The
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah, it's not a great spell.
I mean, it would be awesome if it was like an hour or 8 hours, because then you send your dude out, and he's like roaming around, looking around, getting information, and if it's instantly killed, that area is probably a bad area.
Yeah,
I think the main question is, what's it worth?
300 GP to the owner.
Oh, sorry. Clicked on something that gave me sound.
Yeah, I think it can just sit there. I think it's worthless unless it sells on the economy during the economy check.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
Even at that, it's crap.
the only problem is that if it stays there, it takes the slot, right? And we can't get another.
But again, you don't really do anything with slots. I mean,
Yeah, but you can't create more. You can't generate more magic items if your slots are full, right?
At this point, it's not a big deal because
Yeah.
we can't generate anything over 1,500 DP.
Yeah.
Got it.
So, I mean, once we've got either an item to sell or we feel like we can, you know, let it go, we should let it try to sell randomly.
Got it. Good
All
call.
right. So
I'll put out little like notices for people like saying like it'd be good for like the crazy cat ladies who want to make sure that their cats are safe at all times.
for 3 minutes.
Well, hey, I mean, there could be some eccentric old cat lady out there that would like it.
Well, I mean, really at this, well, not quite at this point, but soon you're going to be drawing adventurers to your kingdom. So that's a possibility. Someone like a sorcerer or something is going to eventually come by and say, hey, that sounds cool. Anyway, so we've filled the magic item slots, modify unrest. So unrest increases by 1 for each kingdom attribute that's negative. You don't have that. Next is the edict phase. Do you think there needs to be any changes in leadership?
Edicts change leadership. That's it. That's all it does.
Well, for right now, I'm going point by point by point. If you want to, I linked you guys the thing that I'm going off of right now. So if you want to follow along, you certainly could. We're on the first point of the edict phase, which is assign leadership. And if you don't want to change anything, we can just skip this.
I don't think so.
We
All right.
don't want to change anything.
Next is claim or abandon hexes. So I'm going to go to the claim territory map. That shows you the hexes that you have along with the resources that are on them. So do you want to claim another hex?
C11.
Okay, the only two. Oh, there you go. I was gonna say the only two things to consider is, the only two things to consider is every time we claim a hex, that adds to our consumption.
Yeah.
So
But
make sure that
go ahead.
make sure that maybe we build an improvement on that same hex that counteracts that, like a farm.
C9 would be a good place for a wood mill, I guess. I don't know.
What is the what's the wood mill cost, and what does it give us? Crazy cat lady, for sure.
So we're looking for a sawmill. Sawmill has stability +1, and it gives you +1 BP per turn when collecting taxes, and it costs 3 BP.
Yeah, I think that's the good idea. If we go through C9. I guess the only problem with that is the
We can only
current.
build them in a forest. We got a forest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, C9's the forest. Correct. I think we have discussed this, and C9 was the goal. I think because we're going to do a sawmill near Oleg's, that way we can quickly, theoretically, realistically, the wood moves over to Oleg's trading post, and he trades it or uses it. From a non-meta.
Yeah.
Right.
Sounds solid.
I think C9 is probably let's claim C9.
All right. Does anyone have any objections to that?
No.
Okay.
The
Good.
crazy cat lady objects.
All right. Let's see. Trying to find where it tells you about. How much it costs, because I think it costs 1 to prepare the hex. Districts. Sorry, that is of course the one thing that I didn't write down. Okay. All right. You can only claim a hex that is adjacent to at least one other hex in your kingdom.
Cool.
And before you claim it, the hex must first be explored. It is cleared of monsters. It is you spend 1 BP to claim the hex, which means you are starting to set up the infrastructure. So I'll go ahead and adjust the coffers by 1.
Cool.
So you're at 15. And that means that you have claimed, you said C9, right?
C9, yep. Green me up, Scotty. I've been running a Curse of Strahd in Roll20.
How's that going?
It slowly. It's doing pretty good, yeah. It's I bought the module, so everything's pre-done for you, which is pretty nice.
Oh, yeah.
But there's a couple of things that are not pre-done for me. Like St. Andrew's Church of Valaki is completely non-existent.
Oh.
Not even in the book. So I have to basically just I download a map and build a whole freaking encounter around it. Remember the encounter that Chris did with us at Barovia, where he attacked Ismark's house?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that, but in the St. Andrew's Church instead, because they think they're protected because the bones were not there, remember, and we ended up finding them somewhere else. So I'm gonna run a similar encounter there instead. Yeah. While they try to defend the cathedral, which sounds more iconic, as you defend it against vampires and shit.
Yeah, that sounds pretty rad.
And arenas with them. Sorry, keep going.
All right. Okay, cool. So I found it. C9 is your hex. It costs you 1 BP. Next is you build terrain improvements, which in this case you're building a sawmill on that.
Let's do it.
And you get that immediately. So before
What is the limit? What is the limit on hexes we can claim?
Right now, just 1.
Got it.
There's a limit based on your size.
Cool.
All right. Next up is create and improve. Well, let me double check and make sure you guys don't get any other modifiers for the sawmill besides just +1 BP.
Cool.
+1 stability. Okay.
Yep.
So that goes into place right away, which is good for you next turn. All right.
Forgot we're live. We need to be talking about Curse of Strahd.
Oops, I wanted to do. So you got a stability of 24, which helps offset the fact that your control DC just bumped up because you have another.
By 1, right?
Yep. But you've mitigated.
Sure
Yeah, you mitigated that. All right. So 25 DC, but you've got a 24 instability. So that's all good. Next thing, create and improve settlements. Now, do you want to build a new settlement first of all?
No, we don't want to build a new settlement right now.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit ahead of yourselves. Next up, do you want to build any buildings? You've got one. You can basically build 1 house and 1 other building due to your size.
How much do we have?
15 build points.
Do we have enough to build a dance hall? Or a watchtower? No, we built a watch. Oh, yeah, we built that last turn, right?
No. What you're seeing now is all you have.
But just again, keep in mind, keep in mind that a watchtower is a terrain improvement.
Well, that's why I asked earlier.
No, actually, a watchtower is a building as well. This
is where it gets confusing.
Yeah, so you can build one in town for 12 BP, or you can do a watchtower improvement on any land for, well, it's going to be 12 BP either way.
Right, it's 12 BP, and then you can convert one into one when you build a settlement there if you want, but you have to build it like where the watchtower is, obviously. Like, you can't like build a watchtower here and then over here in the settlement, all of a sudden there's a watchtower and the other one's gone. Like,
yeah.
What's our current coffers like?
15 BP.
So it would almost wipe us out to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, your better bets. Let's see. If you wanted to do Law and Order, Barracks or 6 BP, that gives you unrest -1, but defense +2 and +1 to
Need whatever
law.
will give us the most money as quickly as possible, because
Yeah.
that's the one thing we can't get enough of now because of.
How much money do we get a month?
It depends on your economy roll.
God, we haven't.
You haven't done that yet.
Right.
I'm running through the things that give you economy. So dance hall is 4 BP, gives you +1 economy, +2 loyalty, but it gives you +1 unrest. And it has to be next to a house. Now, if you build a house,
When you build a house,
you
it
get
does
unrest
opposite.
-1.
Right. So that'll undo it at the same time.
So
It's
if
a
you
negative
do
nothing.
if you do 7, if you spend 7 BP, you're going to net +1 economy, +2 loyalty.
And that's what Fee wanted us to do, right?
That's what he suggested.
And the barracks does what for us? Stability.
Barracks is unrest -1, but it gives you +2 defense, +1 to law, and it can be upgraded to a garrison.
A library might not be a bad investment. This is +1 economy, +1 loyalty, and settlement lore +1.
When we have the money to invest, yes. Right now, we don't have the money to invest.
But it does
we're
give
looking
you
for
+1 economy. It's not
Yeah,
a
it
bad
does.
idea.
So how much is the library?
6.
How much is the dance hall?
4.
Look at
Hear me out here. I know the business of what happens in dance halls, and Fee said there's plenty of people here to do everything we need done. We just are unhappy. We don't have anything to do. As soon as I said dance hall, he was like, yes, exactly, that'll work. I
Yeah.
think that's really the easiest way for us for the first month. I mean, we can come back next month.
Well, let's look at the numbers,
After we-
right?
Like, I'll spend my off time the next 3 weeks helping that, because that's how I can make my money. Like, I know that economy of it.
Now, the other thing to keep in mind, too, is that a dance hall is going to increase your crime and your corruption scores, which don't
Which will
really
be
have
fine
any
in a minute
effect
because we're
now.
about to have a castle. Right.
Yeah, eventually.
Well, okay. So the dance hall is 4, and the house is how much?
3.
I have 7, and then the barracks is 6, and then 3. That would be 9, right? And the library
Does the barracks actually add to economy?
No. The library's on that. So how much is the library?
6.
Okay, the library's also 6, and then we're gonna add a house most likely because we might as well do it, right?
Yeah.
Right, because the only things that are negative, we're going to offset with the house. The only other things that are negative, we're not counting right now because it's a whole layer of this that doesn't come into it yet.
I mean, I think because the dance hall's cheaper, I would go with that one, and then get the library next one, depending on our roll.
Right. I mean, assuming that I'm allowed to use my off time to make money, just as I normally did back in the day as a buckster, like if they need entertainment, I'm pretty sure I can help with this. So,
I'll only agree to the dance hall if you host a karaoke night.
Yeah, I like the idea of medieval karaoke where you have a band that just plays any song that you want, and somebody gets up and makes a fool of themselves.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I mean,
like
you
that.
can use you can absolutely use some magic for that shit. Yeah, I'm okay with the dance hall. Actually, I think 7's good. 7 BP is good. A good use.
All right. House. So dance hall is going to give you +1 economy and +2 loyalty. We'll figure out where they go later, because I don't actually have tokens for them right now. So economy is.
So what do you say on the dance hall?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
You need a dance hall token.
Yeah, I need a like a Hooters or something.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be a whorehouse, just so y'all know. Secretly, it's gonna be a whorehouse.
Yeah.
Maybe not so secretly.
It'll be quiet. It'll be discreet. But yeah, some of the dancers they're not there for the dance.
Yeah.
They're making the money.
You can
All
dance if you want
right. So next you create army units. We can go into creating army units later. That's actually kind of a cool concept. I actually like the way that system works from a technical standpoint, but we don't need to do it right now. Next up is modifying taxation, promotions, and holidays. Do you want to
going to leave those probably, I guess?
Yeah, because currently you've got a promotion level of token, you've got a taxation level of normal, and you've got 6 festivals a year. Which is pretty middle of the road.
Yeah, it's pretty much in the middle of the road. I mean, eventually we'll get to where once we have established stuff and it's not so many people, we have more people than we know what to do with right now. So we don't need exactly the token. We'll leave token is what I'm saying.
What's the next step?
Sorry, can I go ahead?
Yeah.
It was mentioned earlier that raising our promotion might go to towards letting the bandits know that this is legitimate and they need to turn legit.
Yeah.
Yeah. My question was, what is the next step in promotion? Sorry, I didn't mean the next step of the phase. Yeah. Promotion. What is the next step before after token?
Standard. It's going to give you essentially from where you are now +1 to stability and +1 to consumption.
And what is the cost besides that?
There is no cost. The consumption is the cost.
Is the cost. Got it. Okay. So if we do that, we can then, correct me if I'm wrong, Eric, say something to the effect like, hey, bandits of the lands, we want you to turn legit. We will absolve all your crimes, basically, and you can come and work for us instead and be part of this growth, as opposed to just be hunted down and killed.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, and I can further that by saying that they have their unique skill set might be of use to a secret society.
But you want to recruit those, assuming they have the skills. It could be just a whole bunch of cutthroats.
They could decide to want to be a bouncer or a bartender. It's fine. There's lots of different things for somebody's unique skills to be useful.
A lot of them probably don't have any skills. They're just dudes with a sword in their hands. But you're right. The select few that show skill, Doble can grab.
He means the ones that don't care about killing.
Yeah, those are the select skills I'm talking about.
I don't know why he associated that with spying, but that's how he goes.
Well, I mean, I'm sure there's going to be some people that are not looking just to kill, but enjoy the idea of finding being information creepy about others, being authoritarian, and trying to be. Yeah. All right, so I think I like that. I'm okay if you guys are cool with it. Let's go to standard promotion as opposed to token.
Yeah. Does anyone have a problem with that?
Nope.
I do not.
Let's do it.
I mean, wait. The thing we just built the sawmill, that was to offset the fact that we were building another thing as far as our consumption, right? Like we took over a hex and we built a sawmill at the same time.
Yeah, we go up 1 consumption point, but we shouldn't be too bad as long as we have a decent economy phase.
Yeah, I think
just so. Just trying to get that extra BP because we get that 1 extra BP when we're in negative consumption somewhere in there.
The reason I think it's worth it is because we might be able to recruit people that will stop the goddamn bandits, man. That'll probably be a good move forward.
Nope. I'm just saying, if we're wrong the wrong way, we have some BP left in the bank.
I don't think we'll lose. Be in trouble. I don't think we'll lose our kingdom.
We're not going to lose on rest, is all I'm saying.
I don't think we'll lose the kingdom over this. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's roll.
All right, so we're going to a normal promotion level.
Pound the gavel.
You've got a stability +2 and a BP consumption +2.
I think having a fire was really thematically appropriate for this.
Nice.
Feels very medieval times.
It's awesome.
All right, so I apologize. I miscalculated. It looks like you now have a BP consumption of 2.
Mm-hmm.
So do you guys want to go back to token production or token promotion for the time being?
He's like, would we like to retcon that?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Let's keep it. Fuck it.
I mean, somebody just wants to
let's take a risk and try to solve it.
Yeah, you gotta spend money to make money. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's treat this like our first challenge.
Worst case scenario, we
Like,
start over.
We made a mistake, and we will now have to figure out what to do.
All right.
We'll start Kingmaker all over again next week if we fuck up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean,
from the very beginning.
That is what it is.
Yeah, from the very beginning, exactly.
All right. So
I'm gonna re-roll a brawler next time.
next up is the income phase.
I'll do the bard.
So does anyone want to make any withdrawals?
Can I take all the money and
we're not
leave?
withdrawing. No, we're not withdrawing.
Yeah, you can take all of the money and leave, and leave everyone with incredibly high unrest.
Let's do it.
Oh wait, sorry. Let's see. You built a dance hall and a house, so that's 7.
Anyone who's been married before knows exactly what that means.
Yep.
All right. So you're down to 8 BP remaining.
All
right. So you haven't made any withdrawals. Do you want to make any deposits of 4,000 or more? If not,
No, we don't have anything to deposit right now
Checking.
because we haven't been adventuring. Now, that's actually what I wanted to mention. If I do make a bunch of money in the interim, I wanted to say, what would you say as a DM? I'm adding my skills to that. I guess the building isn't built until this month, but to the dance hall, there's going to be a lot of people coming in and out, and he can't play all the time, so I'm going to help him,
this is going to
make money.
This is going to be a profession role. And I believe or a perform role. And there's a specific rule as to how much money you make for any period of time.
6,000. We have 6,000 gold.
Look it up later.
Yeah. Well, while you guys figure out if you want to make any contributions to the coffers.
I should have looked it up because I knew this day was coming, but it did kind of sneak up on me.
We have $6,000. I don't think we want to put those into BP mode yet.
Nope.
No, we don't need to right now because we're doing well enough. So we're gonna move on.
It's only 1 BP anyways, right?
Right, 4 for 1. Yeah, it's not a great trade-off.
Yeah.
Not for us anyway. I mean, for people who are rolling, I'm sure they're like, "Ha, I just built a whole fucking nation."
Yeah.
All right, give me just a sec.
Or should I say balling? Did the kids say balling anymore?
They say lit.
What is it? Lit. No, is it really?
Yeah, things are lit. They are lit AF.
I thought that was literature.
Yeah, well, kids are into Beowulf and shit.
Yeah, they are, man.
Kids these days. All right, so next up is selling magic items. I want to check one thing really quickly.
Yeah, find out how much that magic item costs so I can just buy it real quick so we can free up that spot.
No, you don't.
There's only one spot, right?
You can try and manipulate the economy. So if you manipulate the economy to encourage an NPC to purchase the item, such as a random adventure passing through the settlement, then you may attempt one economy check for each slot filled you want to empty. For every such check after the first, in a turn, your economy decreases by 1. So you get 1 shot for free at making some dude buy this potion.
But the economy reduced by 1, is that a permanent reduced by 1? Because that's not something we do.
You do not want to do that. But the first attempt you get per turn is free.
Right. We could just roll the economy check if you want. Sure.
Yeah, give it a shot. So it's an economy check, so it's 1d20 plus 20.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Hang on a second.
What's the target?
37. Whatever it was, I think we killed it.
Yeah, target is, I think it's your control DC. So 25. So you hit it.
Let's do body.
The check succeeds, erase the item from the slot. You may attempt to fill the slot during the next upkeep. You do not gain any GP or BP for the sale. The money goes to the building's owner, who uses it to craft or acquire the next item.
Good. Goes to the cat.
So who wants to describe what just happened there?
Got rid of that.
Who wants to describe who bought the potion and for why?
A thief bought the potion and we don't know why.
No, I got this.
Okay.
So a wily sorceress was wandering through camp the other day looking for her cat, and I had put the word out to my spies that the alchemist had actually produced something, but I said nobody will ever buy this thing, and if you can find somebody to buy it, I'll give you 25 gold pieces out of my pocket. And so the wily cat lady sorceress came by and was looking for her familiar, and he said, "Hey, I got just the thing for you." And so he explained what this potion does, and she was like, "Oh, why the mystical magic's there? I am intrigued by it, actually. You say I could find a cat anywhere." And so she promptly buys the potion with like glee, and then starts chasing down another random cat and coaxing it to be her familiar.
Sounds good. I like it.
All right.
I like the fact that you found a spy master reason why it was.
I was like, if he was doing weird things with his cat.
he gets it and he like palms it and like caresses the vial. Yes. All right. So we can move on now to the next part of the income phase, which is collect taxes, which is the good part. So
I hope so.
let me double check something too. I want to make sure that I've added this calculation incorrectly.
So that we have a high economy, because we should have a high economy, I hope.
Yeah. All right. So you've got a mill.
But it's against the DC that starts at 20.
I think the DC is 25 right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
All right, let me see. Okay, so you've got a.
If we're plus 20, that makes me feel better. Like I can sleep at night.
Oh yeah.
After dancing at the dance hall and singing,
Yeah, exactly.
playing the lute, or not the lute, the flute. I mean, the flute, or some other wind instrument. I'm allowed to play any wind instrument with that thing. I can be trumpeting it up if I want.
4.
I was really tempted to get that. I like using the wind instrument on animals. Just whistling at them.
You sure you didn't want to buy the potion?
I thought about it. I was like, yoinks. But 3 minutes is not a long time. Not long enough for me to really cement the bond with someone.
Okay. So I did add it correctly. So you automatically get 1 BP for your sawmill. Now the next thing that needs to happen is you need to roll that D20 and add 20.
Well, it's up to you, brother.
I'm sorry, what was that? D20 plus what?
20.
Plus 20. Plus 20, baby. That's the way we roll. Nice.
All
34.
right. 34 divided by 3.
That's at least 10.
11.33333333.
11 and a third. We round down.
Yeah, so you gain 12 BP for this session.
Awesome.
So
awesome.
Up to 20.
That's good. That's good stuff.
All right. All right,
Good
so
job, Dobo.
now
Spies have instilled enough fear into them that they will not stop paying their taxes from now on. I'm really appreciative of that.
Next up,
we have ways of making you pay.
I need a 1D100.
Got this. 42.
Okay.
Answer to life, the universe, and everything.
It is a peaceful month for your kingdom. There are no major events. Everyone is doing their best to get the civilization up and running. Really, the dance hall gets erected. An extra house gets erected, or set of houses gets erected, and
like a triplex.
Yeah, everyone just gets to relax and enjoy. Now, until I find out otherwise, I'm just going to use the the rules for profession to see how much money land makes.
Sweet. I'm gonna plug and do something.
You can dance if you want.
All right, so
I'm this far before.
You earn half your profession check in
Half
gold per week.
per week, right? And it's 3 weeks.
Well, 4 because we're skipping ahead a month.
Right. Well, 1 week I have to actually spend being a counselor.
Oh yeah, that's true. So yeah, three weeks. So
fast rule there.
You have a job to do, man.
So if you want to go ahead and roll those, get ready for next month.
I'm real close to doing it. Here I'm at the house. Okay, here we go.
Oh shit! Right. I could have rolled it for you if you let me know.
No, I'm right here. What is it? 1D? No, it's profession.
Yep.
Perform.
Perform.
Let's do sing. So I think that's the one I put more into. $19.
All right, so it's what, 9? Yeah, 9.
Okay, so 9 what? Gold?
Gold for the first week.
Well, 3 times. Gotcha.
Yep.
12. So that's 2. What are we doing?
Doing half, so 6.
Half. 6. Gotcha.
Yeah, so we're at
Okay,
15.
9, 6, and then
Nice.
half of 15.
7.
8 or 7?
7, yeah, because it rounds down to 14, and then half of that. So 22 gold pieces.
Added 22 gold pieces to hopefully leave.
Yep, the stash, right?
Yep.
Unless you want to keep it for you.
No, put it in the stash.
Done.
Eventually I'll get up to 4,000 and then I'll be able to put a VP in. I guess I thought I'd have more to it.
All right, so another month goes by. Did anyone else want to do anything?
Let's see, land becomes a hookah.
If we're not adventuring this month, I'll use my time to create some scrolls. I'll do that offline though.
Yeah, I think let's do that. Pretty much, we'll keep track of how much downtime we have, and then you guys can use it however you see fit.
Cool.
All right. So we're in the second month of the session. Once again, going through, let's see, stability roll. So I need someone to give me a D20 plus 24.
Got it. Unless you want to do it, Todd.
No, go ahead. I'm looking up scrolls.
That wasn't great, but I think we passed.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so 27, you lower your unrest by 1, but since you can't, you add
up.
1 BP.
21.
All right, next up.
Oh, I had a sheet for this, right? Didn't we have a sheet for this thing?
Yeah, it's
Kingdom turn. There it is. All right. Yeah, sorry. I don't know if it's good or not, but
I'll show you. It's on the dashboard. All right. Next up, pay consumption. So your consumption is 2. So you lose 2. You're down to 19. All right. Next up is fill vacant slots. So I need a 1D100 roll.
you want that one?
Sure.
All right. No new items in the magic item shop.
Yep.
All right. Next up is modify unrest. We don't need to do that because you guys are keeping your ship pretty much tight. Any leadership changes?
A question.
Nope.
Our population went up when we put a house down, right?
Yeah, it did. I'll fix that.
Got it.
All right. Next up is, are we going to claim or abandon any hexes?
I think we want to claim Oleg's. Go ahead and take B10.
But we have to make sure that anything we claim,
Put things on.
again, I always have to reaffirm the fact that we're making either a farm or some other other consumption related thing.
So what?
Every time we take over a hex.
Doesn't Oleg's count as predefined terrain?
That's what I want to.
Yeah, there's definitely some structures there that we could reclaim easily if you want to do it.
If you build a settlement there, you automatically get his shop.
What is it?
Yeah,
it's a shop.
Just a regular shop. Got it. So there's no. It's not. Is shop a viable building?
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, it's a viable building, and it's a big deal to Oleg. I mean, we're gonna do it. I'm just trying to make sure we do it sustainably because that's what we said we would do.
Yeah. So it's shop would be +1 economy. All right. So were you gonna buy B10?
Yeah, I think we should.
Yeah, we're going to take that, and we're going to try to build a farm on it as well. I think.
The shop is one economy, right?
There's already a fishery on E9, right?
There's a fishery on E9 on a farm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll do a farm on D10 later. Right? It's a later stage that we do that, right?
Yeah.
Improvements? Is that? Are we on improvements right now?
Not yet.
Right. Okay. Good.
So
a later stage in the turn we'll do.
Hexes. I'll go ahead and make a note of that 1 BP that you used. Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't cost too much BP to claim a hex. It's just making sure we have enough BP to build a farm on that hex. But it's a plane, so that's nothing.
So we should have 20 left, right? After that BP claim?
18, because you paid 2 for consumption.
Got it.
All right. Next up is build terrain improvements, which would be the part where you build a farm.
We can build up to 2 terrain improvements, right?
Let me see. All right. So kingdom size. Yep, 2 terrain improvements. Correct.
Okay. So, would you mind looking up while you're there? How much is an aqueduct?
Oops. Aqueducts are cost as a road, except the cost is not doubled for hexes with rivers. So.
Okay, say that again. Aqueduct is what?
Hang on a second.
As a road. Same cost as a road.
Yeah, I gotta find where that is located.
The cost of a road, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a cheat sheet later.
Yeah, definitely. That would be super helpful.
After I make it, I'll share it with you. Again, I'm used to dealing with stuff like this in a social, like, I was made for like this type of thing.
Oh, here we go. Road cost. So where are you planning on putting it? What kind of terrain is it going to be?
It's just one. I mean, you can see that there's a river right there, but not a river where we want a farm in D10.
Okay, so it is going to be on plains.
Yeah.
All right.
So on D10, right?
B10,
yeah, it'll be on D10.
As in Oleg's?
B like Delta? Yeah, Oleg's.
Oh,
Delta 10 or Bravo 10?
Sorry, Delta 10 is what you were saying.
Yeah. Yeah, Delta 10.
Not Oleg's.
So
isn't that Oleg's?
No.
B10 is Oleg's. So
Oleg's is B.
Yes.
B.
All the way up.
Why am I not seeing? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm looking all the way down here. Okay. Oh, okay.
There's no river there.
My bad. All right, so there'd be one there. Okay, never mind. I'm looking at something completely. I was thinking there was water really close to there. We just need one little clip and then it'd be done. Never mind.
Yeah. That's why I was confused with the aqueducts too. When we were trying to do.
Yeah.
Right, so that's good.
Still not a bad idea later on because it's not too expensive.
I mean, we would have to put it on C9, right? And then B10.
Well, we could start at D. We could start at B10 and then go to C9.
And what does the aqueduct do for us exactly?
It moves water.
Yeah, but what does it do for the game?
Oh, the same like road. Just like you get for every like 2 or 4. I can't remember. There's a certain number of things you get for as long as you have it, I think.
Okay, so you get more economy.
But I just specifically wanted to make sure there was a source of water in that area because it looked like a big area that didn't have water in it, and we were about to put a farm on it. But I was looking all the way back here. We could put a farm anywhere, and it would help. I mean, I just want to make sure we put a farm wherever we want.
Yes, to lower consumption. Yes.
Yeah, and how much is a farm? It's 2 or 4.
On planes.
I guess it depends on.
Yeah, it depends on.
Because it's planes here and planes here. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Let me zoom in here.
2 BP.
For farms that are further north are better protected, and it's also there's a road right there too.
2 BP.
No, yeah.
Ian, 2.
2B?
2 BP.
For the farm.
Oh, 2. Okay, yeah, so we could easily build 2 farms.
That'd be 10.
Well, 1 in D10 and 1 in B10. One in Delta 10, 1 in Bravo 10.
I'm okay with that too. Yeah, that works. And what about settlement? Do we want to go ahead and build a settlement?
Yeah, we could do that actually. Yeah.
What's the
yeah,
cost
because
of
we still have a lot of. Because we're not trying to build buildings this turn.
My question is, does Oleg's give us any bonus to building a settlement, or like half the cost?
Yeah, because we get that.
You have an intact shop on that.
That's all you get.
So you get a free shop.
Okay, so if we build a settlement, we get a free shop.
Yes.
Okay, what's the cost
of settlement?
Looking that up now.
It's 1 extra BP in consumption because it's a settlement.
Let's see. Access built improvements. There we go. All right. You may create a settlement in a claimed hex. You may construct a building in any settlement. Yeah, so it looks like it's just increasing the size. So, which will increase your... Yeah, there's no real cost. It's just increasing your BP consumption.
Right. And I don't remember if it was per settlement and per building in the settlement, or it was just per settlement.
Per settlement.
Oh, it's per settlement. Okay, good. We're fine. Yeah. Because we're going to build 2 farms, and farms are more than 1 BP in consumption kicked back. So that should help step us up.
So we settle B10, we get the free shop, and we make 2 farms.
Right. 1 in Bravo 10 and 1 in Delta 10.
Perfect.
Because we've been in there, right?
Yes. Yeah, we do own that hex, D10, which has a mine, too.
Yeah, this is perfect, because those miners, they like a farm girl,
Yeah.
All right.
There's food close.
We have to have another generation of coal miners somehow. And quickly, too. I mean, you can't wait around. They'll die doing coal mining,
Erica, the coal. That little game that Eric posted is fucking hilarious.
Oh, yeah. Don't let Obama steal your gold. Or protect your gold from Barack Obama. God, it's amazing.
You find your wife inside the freaking thing and you say, well, I'm doing this right now, so I gotta go.
12.
It's hilarious.
6. All right, so your consumption is now 4. Oh, wait. 4, but I forgot to add in the farms, which give you 4 total. So your consumption now, let's see.
You're welcome, everyone.
Yeah, your consumption is now 0.
I can't hear Eric.
Consumption 0.
Okay, that's what we thought.
All right, and since you now have a extra shop, you've got a bonus to your economy. All right. Let's see.
What about buildings? Are we interested in buildings?
I'd like to build up our coffers a little bit, but I think getting the shop for free was our boon there.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think we can wait it out. The next building would be a watchtower, which we have not done, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
20 plus the kingdom size in hexes.
So 26?
26. All right. Excuse me.
This is great, though. We can get the library at Oleg's back up and running.
All right.
Like next month.
Okay, so next up is create army units. We're not going to worry about that for right now. Do you want to modify taxation, promotion, or holidays?
Put at the highest tax rate. No, I'm kidding. Can we do that for 1 month and then flip it back down?
No.
Like we do in what's that called? Like you do in SimCity.
Oh yeah.
For
No
1
one-
month, you put it really high real quick and then put it back down.
No one knows what to make of it. It's
Yeah,
like,
people are like, the fuck's going
did
on?
that happen? Did
No,
we just
should
get hit
definitely
with?
leave it where it is now, because the only thing that was worrying us was the higher consumption, and we managed to float through that without a problem.
Yeah, I
And
think
now
we-
we've got enough farms to cover it.
No, I think we can leave it as is. Yep.
Yeah. We're just going to keep building farms as we go, so it's not going
Unless
to...
Todd has any specific input, I think we can leave it as is, Eric.
Yeah. Todd, you good?
All
You're
right.
the one who said go up, so I'm assuming we're all good.
Okay.
Todd?
I'm good.
All right.
Yeah.
Next up, does anyone want to make a withdrawals, deposits, sell items?
We're good.
All right. Then next up is taxes. Now, the cool thing is, since you made Oleg happy, he gives a +1 bonus to the economy for this round.
Ooh.
So you've
Secret
got
happiness.
an economy of 22.
Ian, are you in a position to roll or no?
I can roll in a second.
I'll roll it. 1d20 plus 22.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, you got it, double?
Yeah, don't worry about it. If you can.
Okay.
You don't have it up, don't worry about it. Nice.
All right.
That's divided by 3, so that's another 11, give or take. 11 again. The same number, actually.
All right. Is that with the +1 for the sawmill?
You said 22. Does that include the sawmill?
Oh, no, hang on a second. So, no, the sawmill wouldn't be included in that. So 34 divided by 3, so 11. Yep, another 12.
Got it. Basically, we roll the same thing we rolled last time. So now we should have about 25 BP, maybe 30 almost. 25 sounds right?
I thought you had 18 before.
Yeah.
So you have
A little
30.
more. 30, perfect. But it was less for some reason. All right, so 30 BP, nice. And we are in month 3 now, going to month 3 of this session, anyways.
Yep. 3. All right. So once again, we're going to the upkeep phase. So stability. Your stability DC is 26. And your stability roll is a 24.
36.
All right. Good to go. You made... Oh, shit. Sorry. Let's rewind. I need a 1D100.
Lost you, Eric. Sorry.
1D100?
Sure. You want to do that double? You want me to do it?
Go ahead, and I'll do the magic item rolls.
100. That's
100. Sweet. All right. Another peaceful month. You guys have just done such a good job keeping your people happy. They're enjoying the dance hall. Well, the guys are enjoying the dance hall, and some of the ladies are enjoying the dance hall. Some of the ladies aren't terribly happy about it, and some of the more staunchly religious men who follow those faiths that aren't all about enjoying yourself, they're not terribly happy, but it's not causing any problems. So we're moving into month 3. You did the stability roll. That worked fine for you. Once again, everything is, you've maintained control. Consumption is 0. Sweet. Oh, that's right. I forgot. Since you succeeded, you got an additional build point.
31.
All right.
Every penny earned.
Yeah. Well, let's see. I'm really bad at math. So 4,000 times 100.
Yeah.
Every 40,000 or 400,000 pennies earned, roughly.
Nice.
Because I think BP are 4,000 GP. Yeah.
Yeah, if we drop it in the coffers, yeah. If we extract them, it's half of that.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Next up, need a D100 for the magic item.
That's all double.
What was that?
D100.
Magic items, D100. You wanted this one. 79.
All right. That is a magic item.
All right. Which one?
It's a good question. It's a good question.
So is this only potions, or is it there's like a chart it says in the core rulebook for magic items?
Well, this is an alchemist, so it really only makes sense to have potions.
I don't know. Maybe he discovers like, a certain tool or something in alchemy, or maybe he thought he was stumbling onto something, but it ended up being a wand of magic missile. I don't know.
I like it.
I'm gonna say that doesn't make any sense. I like the effort though. Good hustle. Give me a, let's say, D100 roll.
Well, he's also a shop that might have taken something in trade.
Yeah, like a wand of magic missiles.
That's true. If you want to work up a chart that's random enough, I'd be happy to do that. But for right now, let's just go with it as makes sense.
What about the shop at Oleg's? Do we roll for that one too?
No, because it's just a regular shop.
Okay, so what does the regular shop do then? Just economy?
Gives you economy, and I think productivity.
Cool.
But yeah, so alchemist is a... Oh, actually, it does say minor potion or wondrous item. So give me a 1d2 roll. 1 for a potion, 2 for a wondrous item.
Oh, shit.
I know, it's getting crazy.
Magic missile wand. Oh, my goodness. There you go. Boom, a 2.
2. All right. 1 sec.
Oh, shit. What's your desire on the cussing level in your live stream, Mr. Eric?
I mean, don't drop any N-bombs. Certainly.
Yeah, I feel like I know better than that. But yes, all right, good.
I certainly hope
good to
so.
know.
I
feel like we wouldn't be hanging out together if I was that type.
yeah. I'd be like, all right, look, man.
We're done.
All right, cool. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Give me a 1d12 roll. This is why I preferred potions, by the way. All right, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, it's a next slot. So let's see what I can get you guys.
The next slot, did you decide?
All right, I need another 1d100.
Womp womp.
22. Amulet of Bullet Protection +1.
Woot!
Just bullets, huh?
Yeah. Let's see. Grants the wearer a luck bonus 2 AC against firearm attacks that target touch AC.
No bow, no arrows, huh?
No.
What a fucked up amulet. Whoever like that, whatever wizard built this was like, no, it has to be faster than several thousand miles an hour. Before.
Yeah.
Like,
Like I've never seen one of these, but I want to make some amulet that protects me against them.
yeah, it's like what the hell? Like he just decided, okay, if it's faster than this, it protects you. If it's slower than this, it does not. What?
What's its base value?
It's like it's the speed rules. If the bullet goes over 55 miles per hour, then it's live. And if it stops, i.e. in your chest, you explode.
Can you just make a full protection regardless of how fast it goes?
No.
It's like the final season of Expanse.
That's not the way it works, Leo. All right, yeah, it's 1,500 GP.
That sounds right. So it's a little less than a +1 ring of protection type. It's 1,500 instead of 2,000.
Well, it's specific, right?
Yeah, exactly. That makes sense.
All right, so
sucks.
Yep, you could have had a potion. All right, next up is any see, unrest doesn't change. You guys are fine. Leadership. We gonna change any leadership?
No.
We're firing Noble for freaking not getting a potion. No, I'm kidding.
Are we going to claim or abandon any hexes?
How do we feel about claiming more stuff?
I think
we're always going to try to claim hexes.
Okay.
I think so. I mean, as long as we can build a farm in the hex we claim.
Well, just remember, you're bumping your DC for control checks. So
right, but we're building buildings and stuff at the same time.
Okay. All right.
Let me think about this. All right, let's discuss this. So
let's also take a look at your capital right now. So your capital is it's this plus a dance hall and a house. Oleg's is literally just a shop. So if you want to continue expanding outward, you certainly can, but it makes you it gives you the possibility to fail at an economy check. And that's the only reason I didn't really want to say failing an economy check doesn't really matter, because otherwise you could just keep expanding without really planning. So the more hexes you add, the more likely you are to fail at an economy roll. But if you build up your economy in the hexes that you already have, then you don't have to worry quite so much. You have a lot more leeway. Because if you build up this, you're going to get to the point where you're literally not... You can only roll a 1 to fail on your economy. It's like your stability checks right now.
So yeah, no, I think you might be right. I mean, at this point, we have done what we wanted. We wanted to build a settlement at Oleg's, and now we can start building a road all the way. I think we have the kind of empire / whatever the hell we want, right? Tyranny. I mean, empire.
Yeah.
So I think maybe it is time to start beefing up the 2 settlements we have,
or build a road between.
And build roads. Yeah, continue building roads. Keep the hexes we have. Build roads and build things in the settlement. So we have what, 30 BP?
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, how much was the watchtower that Akeros wanted?
12.
Jesus, Akeros, goddamn.
Well,
I said, we could build farms and things, and we'll have more money next turn.
Let's say at some point you guys all kind of got together. Akeros said like he understood that this is one of those down the road things. Yeah. A library would actually be a better investment for right now because it bolsters economy. It gives the people something to do besides just have sex with hookers.
Besides what?
Besides have sex with hookers.
Got it. What about does the library have to hang out near our house usually?
No.
No. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and drop. Todd, do you have any input? I see you typing.
Oh no, I'm good with going with the library. The roads would be okay,